This Tuesday, everybody, I'm Lee Goldberg.
And I'm Samantha York in for Lindsay Mills. All right, so remember when you used to take the bus as a kid, some days you might go home, other days you might go to your grandparents or to a friend's house.
Yeah, horse and buggy when I was a kid, but I do remember this. Well, Gorham School District has a new rule that will not allow any of that, and it's gotten a lot of people talking. So here's what the new policy looks like. Students are now limited to 2 a.m. stops and 2 p.m. stops, and the schedule for those stops has to stay the same every day of the week.
Yeah, so say your parents are divorced and they have alternating schedules. That wouldn't work. So you'd have to go to your mom's house Monday through Wednesday and dad's Thursday and Friday. And so say your kids needed to go to grandma's house, you would need to give the school a 7 days notice. So what is everyone saying on social media? Well, Terry says bus drivers never had to cater to being dropped off here, there, and everywhere. It's hard enough remembering where 100 kids live, let alone 3 other places to pick them up and drop them off each day.
Steven says, devil's advocate, how about parents taking responsibility for how Johnny and Jane get back and forth to school and then let the school teach? I have no child in the fight, so I'm just throwing it out there, maybe saving money in the long run.
And Carmen says if the people who are complaining about this drove buses, maybe they would understand. It's hard enough to drive a bus when there is a shortage of drivers and no one else wants to do it. So Gorham's new policy says it's all about student safety. And here's what the school's superintendent had to say.
Our job from the moment we pick up students in the morning till we drop them off in the afternoon is to keep them safe. We take that very seriously, and we made this change in policy in order for us to better able to track our students and know exactly where they are and what bus they're on.
All right, so we want to hear more from you. Are you dealing with any new bus policies this year in your district, and how are you managing those changes? Comment right now on our Facebook Live or send us a message.
There's a lot of good arguments on both sides of this. I mean, if you are parents in a split family, obviously convenience-wise, you want to be able to have your child dropped off at your location or picked up from on your specific days, and if those days change, you still would like to have that service. But from the other side of it, that's a lot, and that is a lot to keep track of the kids, and then you multiply them by so many different places they've got to go.
Well, and that's what the superintendent said. They had like 100 requests a day that were coming in, so it's like, how do you keep track of all these kids? Where are they going? And for them, they just want to know that the kid's getting safe from point A to point B. So
good points on both sides. Definitely has a lot of people in that town talking, and not the only town that does that. So we will certainly keep an eye on that and talk more moving forward. All right, Sammy. So we've heard a lot about the rabid foxes this summer, but not too much about rabid raccoons.
Oh boy, in Kennebunkport, a raccoon with rabies bit a resident who took it in several times. Then a responding game warden was also bitten while trying to remove the illegally housed wild animal. Both must now undergo medical treatment for rabies.
Yeah, Kennebunkport Police Department wants to remind people, do not take a wild animal into your home, no matter how cute and cuddly they might look.
Don't do it.
Wild animals are supposed to be left alone and remain outside. The Maine Warden's Service is the agency that should be contacted for any wild animals that are injured or become a nuisance. Do not touch a wild animal. They might become aggressive, and you want to be smart, and that will help you stay safe.
Alrighty.
You know who else is smart and safe?
Ryan, who's outside?
Yeah, you get to go outside. Dude, it's nice out there right now. What's going on?
Hey, this is great, guys. Temperatures in the 70s, humidity is low, could even feel a little bit of a breeze coming in off the water tonight. Now, if you're at the coast, you actually have the most sunshine right now, even though you have that cool breeze coming in off the water. Take a look. This is a live webcam from York right now, and you can see all the sunshine there. But if we flip to Dover Foxcroft, you can see a few more clouds up in that direction. The sea breeze has actually pushed a lot of those cumulus clouds farther inland today, which is why we have all the sunshine along the coast. But that's about to change. Humidity is coming back, and with it, showers, downpours, and thunderstorms for the day tomorrow. A totally different day coming up weather-wise tomorrow. 69 degrees right now in Portland. It's 72 in Gorham, 76 in Paris, mid-70s right now, Old Town, Bangor, Millinocket. The humidity is still low, but that is going to change as we get into the day tomorrow as well. No problems this evening, but tonight some drizzle, some fog will develop with lows in the 60s. We start off tomorrow morning. It'll be sticky with some scattered showers, and then soaking storms develop during the middle of the day. Some of those storms could be pretty strong, but I actually think by the end of the day, we may start to clear things out with some sunshine, especially in western Maine. We'll talk about the full timeline on those storms all coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ryan, thanks so much. Haley, you know what today is?
Today is not my birthday, so...
It is National Senior Citizens Day, and it was a day that was created as a day to support and honor and show appreciation to our seniors and to recognize their achievements.
Is that why you decided to sit here today?
Oh,
Are you trying to say something?
No.
She's calling me a senior citizen.
Oops.
It's your last day. People are encouraged to spend time with seniors that they know. Listen to their stories of wisdom and experience. And we thought we'd take a look at some of the famous Mainers over the age of 65. How about George Mitchell, just celebrating a birthday yesterday, now 85 years old, unbelievable. The Waterville native served in the U.S. Senate from 1980 to 1995, was Senate Majority Leader from 1989 until he finished, and could have been the commissioner of baseball or pretty much anything else he ever wanted to be. What a brilliant, brilliant man.
All right, we're also celebrating George H.W. Bush. He's the 41st president, and summer's here in Maine at Walker's Point in Kennebunkport. He was also the vice president for Ronald Reagan and was director of Central Intelligence. He didn't make it.
No, I was just showing that. Author Stephen King published 58 novels so far, about 200 short stories. He has won lots of awards for his work. Several of his books have been turned into movies, and obviously one of the most philanthropic people in the Queen City area, always giving to that great community. So happy Senior Citizens Day, if there is such a thing, to all you guys.
I know, exactly. And those are just a few notable seniors connected to our state. So don't forget to let the seniors in your life know that you're appreciated and loved.
I do not like you right now. Just throwing that out there.
Alrighty, well, moving on. Running is certainly a very popular recreation for thousands of people in the Pine Tree State.
I do not run, but I do know that many people who do run love it. But would you still love it if you had to run 100 miles straight? How about 200 miles straight?
You're losing me more.
How about more than that? Kalo Littlejohn didn't run track when he was at Camden Hills High School, but he's making up for lost time now. The 21-year-old student at Columbia will take part in the Moab 240. It's a 238.3-mile run through the deserts, canyons, and mountain ranges of Utah. Yep, you heard that right. 238.3 miles straight.
At night, you'll wear like a headlamp to make sure that you can see like the trail and stuff.
The course winds its way through 2 mountain ranges, canyons, and slide rock, and temperatures have been known to rise into the high 90s during the day and dip into the single digits at night.
I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. I really like just pushing myself and trying new things.
How does one train for a 238-mile run? Kalo just ran a 100-mile race a couple of weeks ago, which took him 30 hours to finish.
I felt really tired afterwards, but I felt like that I could do longer.
Kalo's hoping to complete the Moab 240 in less than 100 hours. He knows this will challenge him physically and mentally, but also knows what his running will benefit. He's raising money for FNE International, a Boston-based nonprofit whose mission is to facilitate sustainable health, housing, and education in Nicaragua, Peru, and the Dominican Republic.
We have it pretty good here living in the United States. We have a lot of things given to us, and a lot of us tend to take it for granted. And I felt that, you know, we all have our problems, but there are people out there that have a lot more extensive problems than we do. And anything I can do to give back while I'm doing this 238-mile race, I feel like that's worth my time.
And to learn more about the cause and the race, just go to the Now section of our website. And I mean, he is committed. I mean, it's unbelievable that he wants to do that. And no, thank you.
Nope.
I'm all set. I will try to help in other ways because that's not one of them.
Yeah, no, not at all.
All right, college move-in week continuing for schools all across our country. One local school moving in today, Bowdoin College freshmen. The first-year students getting onto the campus in Brunswick. The rest of the school will move in on Sunday. And we want to take a look at some snap maps from other schools around the country, like Old Dominion in Virginia. They had move-in day today. Where is everybody?
I know.
Because nobody's moving in. And not too many boxes in these snaps. Also, Central Michigan University had move-in day today, and they're already lining the halls there. So all week long, we'll be taking a look at different places they're moving in. None of the first-year Bowdoin kids were on snap maps today. We kept refreshing and looking. I'm like, where are my Bowdoin peeps? And they They're maybe, well, maybe they're just smart enough to get into Bowdoin, so they're not on their phones all the time. So
True.
That's why they're going to Bowdoin.
True,
so
or taking advantage of like the last few minutes of
maybe
eating out of mom and dad's fridge.
Yeah, I've never been disappointed to not see kids on social media like I was today.
Yeah.
But anyway, there you go.
All right, moving on. A plant thought to have been long gone from Maine has now been found, hey, guess what, in Bowdoin.
It's really cool. It's the unicorn root. It was found this summer on a private island, on some private land, after having last been seen in our state about 130 years ago. 300 flowering stems were found over the summer.
All right, so it's called the unicorn root. It features a tall flowering stalk with white flowers that appear in June through August. It's also known as white colic root or colic root.
Now, the last known specimen in our state was collected near Lewiston, 1887. Wow. From one unusual flower story to another, check out the flower pot in Limerick. Set up on a stump. It's a toilet, and it is home to some non-flushable flowers.
Love it,
So
love
there you
it,
go.
love it.
All right, coming up in just a little bit, how a music icon is saying that she's sorry after her performance that commemorated the Queen of RESPECT, her apology on Instagram.
And how a local city council is voting tonight on rules regarding marijuana distribution.
Righty then. Peter, Sebago Lake State Park, lucky you. Paul, not 100 hours, 100 miles, and he's running for 238 miles. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, you're right. He said it would, he's hoping it will take him about 100 hours to finish.
It's a long, long way to go.
And, you know, he's planning to run about 100 miles, which he just said in our story took him 30 hours when he did it the other day. And then he said he'll sleep for like an hour, get up, run another 100 miles, sleep for an hour, and then do the last 38.
And
so,
jeez.
I mean, that's the plan. We'll see what happens when he's
dedication,
in
man.
that ridiculous terrain in Utah. And the elevation of that is like higher than Mount Everest. Like, it's ridiculous.
Nope.
So
no, that just, you know.
I'm all set. But he's raising money for a great cause, so I'm happy for him. And it's ambitious, but I am way too lazy to be doing that.
No, I'd be like, maybe, you know, at home ordering pizza or something.
Christian, you're killing me. Definitely looks like a senior. You know you have to be 65 to be a senior? 65?
I know, he's only 63.
I got a long way to go. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jess, I know, right? Kids don't know. Kids don't know about older aged people.
A unicorn plant just for the name. Yeah, I know. Me too.
Jean says that nobody wants to drive buses anymore. Maybe if students respected the rules, there would be more drivers. My mom did, and the stories she has, she was told, if you want to keep your job, you have to be quiet. No respect. It's a privilege, not a given, that you get to ride a bus. Tammy is from Gorham and totally agrees with the new policy because it's about the safety of the children.
How do I see these like you do?
Because you need to hit this.
Oh, I was afraid it would talk.
Nope, and then it shouldn't, but your volume's over there, and now all your comments are
there. Okay, good.
What's going on, Lisa? How are you?
Joyce from Lubec.
Love Lubec.
Hey, love that.
AARP says it's 55 to be a senior. I don't know. I think senior, well, it's senior citizen and senior. I don't know if that's the same thing. I'm not that old either.
All right, so the South Portland City Council will take an initial vote tonight on whether or not to expand local zoning and licensing ordinances to allow medical marijuana businesses to open in the city.
Hot button topic in SoPo. Councilors tell the Portland Press Herald the latest move would mirror one that they approved last fall that would eventually allow adult use marijuana businesses. All of this while many other nearby communities have blocked the establishment of marijuana businesses pending further legislative action. Council votes on the first reading of the ordinance proposal tonight, and a second vote and a public hearing will be held on September 4th. Clay Gordon, much more coming up on this story coming up in our next half hour.
All right, well, it's been in the works for a while, but today President Trump's nominee for the highest court in the land, Brett Kavanaugh, met with our very own Senator Susan Collins in a sit-down in the nation's capital.
This is a highly anticipated meeting being held under a microscope as some across the Pine Tree State are calling for Senator Collins to reject this nomination. We have opened up the conversation on our social media pages. We want you to continue that conversation, so please head over to our social media pages. Keep the comments coming. We want to hear your thoughts on this entire process and our senator's role in it. Music lovers across the globe are breathing a sigh of relief because an award-winning singer and songwriter and music producer, Post Malone, his private jet is going back to New York, and they had to make an emergency landing after circling in New England for some hours.
Wow, yeah, Variety.com says that the young star was heading out of Teterboro Airport in New Jersey on his way to New England after performing at the VMAs last night when 2 of the tires on his private jet blew out earlier today. Malone was one of more than a dozen on board the plane. His jet was supposed to make an emergency land in the Springfield, Massachusetts area, but the plane landed safely at New York's Stewart International Airport in Newburgh.
All right, when we come back, we'll check in with Ryan for his full look at the forecast, and animal crackers make the News Center Now newscast. Why is that? We'll explain coming up. So I think we just did that. That was what was next on the prompter. But I feel like we just did that.
Yeah.
So I skipped it and then just looked ahead real quick to see what else we had coming up, and just
You're the best.
literally wrote them up. So
Great.
yeah. So there's that. Hi kids. What's going on Facebook?
All right.
Pete DeSimon, you're my hero. I'll never be a senior citizen.
Great shape physically and mentally.
Okay. All right, Peter. Somebody's having a little too much fun in the summer sun. I'm just saying.
They obviously don't
I
know you
appreciate
very
that,
well.
though. No, I actually do know him very well. What's up, Big Fred? How are you, sir? Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, that bus thing is interesting, though.
Yeah. I would definitely
It's also just hard. It's hard to, I would imagine.
It's probably such a headache for them if you think about it.
I mean,
you know?
if you're asking the bus drivers to be responsible to drop off Jimmy here Monday through Wednesday and then here Thursday, Friday, if there's a master schedule where it's the same all the time, then you can do that. But if that changes and there are variables, well, Monday this week it's going to be Monday at this house, but the next week it's going to be Monday at this house.
Right.
Oh yeah. I would imagine. I mean, I'd be afraid the kid gets dropped off at the wrong place, and then you're really.
Then what are you going to do?
So
yeah.
I certainly can see the. Okay, I can certainly see.
Why don't I have
what
this
they're saying.
script? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, sorry, Justin, I put you in a corner by teasing animal crackers, so you can't drop it.
This doesn't let me go up any further. Should it?
It should, but sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, and it's day to day.
Things are going well.
Yeah.
Okay, what did he say about the 3-shot after this thing?
I believe that we're going to be out. We're doing some moving. There's lots to talk about Space Force becoming a new innovative force in the U.S. military, but a new innovative tool from NASA shows that they can still make some noise, and it is pretty ice cold.
Yeah, using their moon mineralogy mapper, scientists were able to locate several areas where water ice lies. The ice was found to exist in places where the sun doesn't hit, places that usually are temperature at a balmy 260 degrees below zero. How did that ice appear on the planet closest to the U.S.? Well, it remains a mystery, but experts are saying possible comets crashing into the Earth's surface.
Now that is some serious nerd 411 that
Yes.
our friend Keith would love.
Yes.
He's not here because he's probably studying that.
Right.
But you are, Mr. Breton, so we're happy to have you.
260 degrees below zero. I know that's cold.
Yeah.
Would Stormy would not like that.
No.
We're not taking Stormy out in that.
Definitely
so.
not. But hey, how about today?
Right?
Pretty awesome.
Today was a
Let's take
winner.
look. Yeah, temperatures are in the 70s in a lot of inland towns right now. A little bit cooler along the coast because we've had a wind coming in off the water. So 66 in Rockland, 69 in Portland, but 73 Waterville and Bangor right now, 74 in Holton. And the other nice thing about today is that the humidity is still fairly low, but you can see down over southern Maine, dew points now just cracking 60. That's an indication of what's to come later tonight into tomorrow. There are the clouds that formed during the heating of the day today. They were actually pushed inland by that onshore wind. As we look to our south and west, there are thicker clouds and eventually showers, downpours, and thunderstorms. These are along with a warm front which moves in tomorrow morning. And for a few hours tomorrow, it will get really humid. And then this cold front will come through during the afternoon, bringing us right back to this nice, comfortable air. And you can see it here. This is about the most extreme dew point change we've had in quite a while. It will go from being really tropical tomorrow afternoon to nice and comfortable by Thursday afternoon, and we stay pretty comfy right into the start of the weekend. So tonight we're quiet this evening, but clouds will start to fill in. Some mist, drizzle, and fog will develop with overnight lows right around 60 in most spots. Here's the map by 5 a.m. Probably some scattered showers, but not too much steady rain. I think steady rain from New Hampshire will start to spread into western Maine during tomorrow morning, though. So by 9 or 10 o'clock, some downpours and thunderstorms likely in York, Oxford, working into Somerset counties at that point. And this will move through the state from west to east during the middle of the day tomorrow. I can't rule out a strong to severe thunderstorm within this line as well, with temperatures rising to about 70 by that point and becoming very humid as this line moves through. By the end of the day tomorrow, we may actually break the sun out in western Maine and New Hampshire and have a nice end to the day, while it will take much of the day for the clouds, showers, and downpours to clear out of eastern Maine. But we all will clear out on Thursday. Big sprawling area of high pressure builds in. This brings us nice weather Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday. I think we start out the weekend pretty nicely, and then at some point this front with more clouds and showers will move in either late Sunday or Monday. But overall, a really good stretch of weather coming up, and it goes all the way into the weekend. 80 to 84 on Saturday with a mix of sun and clouds, a little more humid on Sunday, partly sunny with highs on Sunday in the upper 70s to low 80s. So tonight becoming cloudy with drizzle and fog, lows around 60. Periods of rain tomorrow with some showers and thunderstorms, but clearing out later in the day. Marine forecast sees 2 to 4 feet with a southeasterly wind 5 to 15 knots. So there you go. I know Lee likes to call this type of a weather pattern something. And just because Keith isn't here, I wasn't going to say it. But this is really the first stretch where I think it's appropriate to use that word, Lee, because it's been so hot, so humid this summer, especially humid. Beyond tomorrow, I don't really see any of that until maybe Sunday or Monday. So big change. Yeah.
It feels good. Open up those windows and air it out.
You bet.
You stay up last night to watch the MTV Video Music Awards? Come on, you got. Come on, kids. You know that I. No, I didn't. But the entire internet is feeling a little disappointed because they did stay up, because apparently there was a lack of the dramatic flair like back in 2009 when Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift. I do remember that.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Told her she didn't actually win.
Yeah, but what's really making the internet buzz is not the performances itself, but rather Madonna's tribute, or lack thereof, to the late Aretha Franklin. While it seemed to fans that the Queen of Pop speech was more of an appreciation of her own achievements, Madonna posted on her Instagram that she meant no disrespect to the Queen of Soul, explaining she did never intend on tributing her and that it would be impossible to do her justice in under 2 minutes.
That is true.
That didn't make any. Okay.
Oh, there you go. People weren't happy with Madonna.
Yeah,
Bottom
no,
line.
sorry.
So there you
All
go.
right, after 116 years, animal crackers are no longer behind bars. The packaging of Barnum's Animals classic Nabisco snack doesn't depict the exotic creatures in cages anymore.
No, we are free-range animals now. Instead, the zebra, elephant, lion, giraffe, gorilla can all roam among the grass and the trees. The change comes at the urging of animal rights organization PETA, who said that in April of 2016 that circuses often beat, shock, chain, and whip animals to intimidate them into performing their tricks.
So PETA says other cruel practices include tearing baby animals away from their mothers and keeping animals in cages and chains. The new cage-free packages are on store shelves now.
Well, there you go. Lots more news coming up at News Center Maine at 5:30. Amanda in for Cindy this week. Hey, Mandy.
Hey, you guys missed a real opportunity there. RESPECT. Come on, get with it.
Sorry.
All right. Coming up, paying for home health, a debate happening now in the legislature. Should people earning more money be taxed more to help pay for home care for the elderly or disabled? The governor says no. Hear why. And another shocking confession from the man who admitted to police that he killed his pregnant wife and why neighbors say it hurts his credibility. That's all ahead at 5:30.
All right, thanks, Amanda. We'll be right back with Brain Drops. Oh, do we have to go over there?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to over there, I think.
Eek. It's more because I don't have anything to put my little mic in.
Oh. Need me to carry it?
Watch your cord.
Yep. I don't have a leg thing. So that's going to look real cute.
Alrighty.
So I don't have one of these yet.
Catherine is very proud of you, Sammy.
Huh? Really? Love you.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Hunter.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
So, Samantha,
Yeah.
while we have our audience's undivided attention, do you want to tell them why this is a really special day for us?
This is okay. So, guys, not sure if you know this, but I was an intern here at one point in time, and this man taught me everything I know. And now I'm on the desk with him.
Full
So
circle.
excited.
Circle of life.
So excited. I found out this morning, and I was like, yes. Dreams do come
Yeah, superstar intern. And now she's a superstar reporter anchor.
true.
Boom.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
So we just shut these
We're
down.
done. Yeah,
It's
it's all Ryan from here.
Yep.
So.
Okay, perfect.
You
Stand
can
there,
feel
smile.
free when I go to a map, if you want, you can pop it.
Hey,
full.
Maddie, come here. Come. Can we still see us? Where's Madison? So this is Madison, speaking of interns, and today is her last day. She has been our summer intern. Yeah, we're over there. How much time's left? So anyway, say goodbye to Madison. But guess what? You'll be seeing
I don't
her in
have,
the
I
future.
literally don't have any,
details
I don't
to
know what to
come.
do with this.
That's the deep tease.
I'll just hold these.
Superstar intern.
30, I ran for that.
So we're talking about humidity.
Humidity.
What?
We've already heard this. We've exhausted this, but
Doing it again.
I'm gonna do something on Sunday night that probably no one saw. It was Sunday night, so
These guys saw it.
yeah, they might have.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Yeah, that script really did not make sense to me, and I don't know if it's because I missed a word.
It's hot under
I'll
the
say
light.
something real quick first.
You're gonna say something about it?
All right, so this summer, the humidity has wrecked my hair. I mean, I can't even tell you the curls I have to
Looks a
fight
little
with
frizzy.
every day, right? Every day.
I'm sick of looking at it. My God.
Right. So everybody's heard this stat by now. We've pretty much exhausted it, but it took a lot of work to figure this out between Keith and I because we don't keep consistent dew point records. But a lot of people have been asking us why has it been so humid, and everybody's heard about the Bermuda high, but the reason for that, take a look at this. The Bermuda high that we had this summer was so strong that fronts would try to come down and then they would just fall apart right over us. They're not able to break through this really humid, sticky air mass. Well, now the high is weaker, it's farther offshore, and that's why this week we're only getting one humid day because fronts can actually come down. And that's actually a little bit of a sign of fall, that these fronts are going to make it farther and farther south. But I've been peaking into late August, early September. I think we're going to get back into the sticky, hot weather probably to end the summer. So
nice. So that'll be all right.
Wow.
Some people are
Enjoy
okay with it,
And
but some people aren't.
I want cool weather, man. I want fall.
So you could say that the Bermuda High, and don't get mad at me, built a wall
Yes. No.
to
that's
keep
great.
that cool stuff out.
I like it.
See what I'm saying?
It did.
All right.
Gosh.
New Senate Maine at 5:30 starts right now.
Good stuff.
Bye. See you, Facebook.
Goodbye. Thanks for letting me hang.